What do you think?
I like it.
Shall we move in?
Yeah.
We thought we were going to have a tough time finding a place to camp this evening, but that didn't turn out to be so. We found a nice place. We left the Nogales area and we were heading over towards Sierra Vista, but it's late in the afternoon, time to find a spot to camp. And up here near Sonoita, we turned into the Santa Cruz National Forest. Just kind of turned off towards the northwest here. We were heading for a place called Kentucky Camp. It was a U.S. National Forest Service campground, but on the way in, we found that there's numerous dispersed camping sites along the way. We pulled into this one, and it's clean. That's the road right there, running this way. There's no garbage laying around here. Folks must be pretty responsible in this area. I like to pull in and so that the truck is facing out. In case anything happens, we can jump in the truck and just head straight out without having to back up and turn around or do anything like that. Anything from thievery to forest fire, we're ready to go. And the trailer's level. Can't beat that. I could have backed in over there where it's nicer, but the trees would give the solar panels shade, so it's better if I just stay out in the open. Another fire ring back here, all cleaned up. Any heebie-jeebies?
No. No EBGBs. No chicken skin. Good to go.
Chicken skin, what do they call that in
In English.
yeah.
And how they talk?
Oh, goosebumps.
Oh, goosebumps.
Yeah, no goosebumps. Oh, it looks like it might be kind of fun to go out there and explore a little bit, huh?
Yeah, there's a dry stream bed over there.
Okay, we'll go check it out. That beautiful campsite turned out to be, that road was really busy. And there were like 10 to 20 cars per hour going down that dirt road, speeding down it. Don't know what was up at the end, but it must have been something going on, I'll tell you. At first it wasn't too bad because the wind was blowing the dust away. And then that evening the wind stopped and there was layer after layer after layer of dust settling into the area. Anyways, this is where we ended up. Just camped at an abandoned gas station. It was dark out. We literally were going to bed and we were choking on the dust, and I shined a spotlight outside and the air was so thick. So we packed it up real quick and got out of there. Came down the mountain in the dark and down to this little intersection here and just camped for the night. You know what I say, any port in a storm. Well, down here in the southeastern corner of Arizona, just before heading into New Mexico, is a little tiny town called Apache. And this monument right here represents the point where Geronimo surrendered. He surrendered not too far from here. This plaque up here reads, "Near here Geronimo, last Apache chieftain and Nashite, with their followers surrendered on September 6, 1886 to General Nelson A. Miles." Nelson A. Miles got around the West. He was up in Montana where Chief Joseph surrendered. U.S. Army Lieutenant Chase B. Gatewood with Cayeta and Martine Apache scouts risked their lives to enter the camp of the hostiles to present terms of surrender offered to them by General Miles. After 2 days, Gatewood received the consent of Geronimo and Nashite to surrender. The surrender of Geronimo in Skeleton Canyon on that historic day forever ended Indian warfare in the United States. They surrendered in Skeleton Canyon, which is very near here. And this memorial was erected in 1934 by the city of Douglas with federal CWA funds. Anyways, there's something special about this monument. Let me show you. Other than the fact that Geronimo surrendered near here. Embedded all around it are old grinding stones. Well-used Native American metates. I particularly like this one up here. That right there is Border Patrol. They are all along here in force. Border Patrol and the sheriffs from here down to Douglas, Arizona and before, but we see them every few miles. It's a pretty desolate wasteland down here, I'll tell you. I mean, for mankind to be surviving here. The Apaches did. About the only thing I know about that is the Apaches would bury jugs of water along known routes that they would be taking. That gave them a bit of an advantage over the pursuing U.S. Army. Just a few miles down the road here is New Mexico, and we're looking forward to that. The terrain has changed. We've gotten out of all the cactus, and it's real high here. It's a real high desert, and New Mexico is beautiful. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Geronimo.
Attack against camp by the U.S. military led by General George. Crook warned us that the U.S. and Mexico had joined forces and that any Apache that didn't surrender would be killed. You and the Mexicans are hunting.
Well, we just visited the Chiricahua Desert Museum and the Apache Museum next door, which we really, really liked. They had a lot of actual items that belong to Geronimo and a lot of his history in there. In this part here, it's a beautiful gift shop, and then the rest of it is herpetology, which is snakes and lizards. They had a lot of live ones in there. I don't like snakes and lizards, so we didn't go in that part. But anyways, this was a nice stop. That's an Indian fig cactus. Never seen anything like that.
It's almost scary looking, like it's alive.
So this museum was along Highway 80 down here in southwestern New Mexico. Well, we just turned east off of Highway 80 onto Highway 9, and it's pretty barren out here. It's the kind of place that if you're going to travel it, you're going to make sure you've got water and, you know, some survival things with you.
Gas.
And gas. But yeah, we do this on purpose. We take the back roads and the seldom traveled roads, and it's just so much more interesting. We're headed for Pancho Villa State Park, but that's going to depend on if they have an opening for us to stay for a day or two. Most of the parks and everything are just full up this time of year, but we'll check it out because it too is out in the boonies. So maybe they'll have a spot for us. We'll see. The other thing is there's no cell service out here, so you are on your own. Well, there isn't anybody out here on this highway but us. But it's really relaxing just rolling along like this out here in the middle of nowhere. No traffic to bother you. Nothing much going on. No knots in my stomach, just rocks in my head, but
It's always there.
yeah. You know, you might think about safety out here, and one thing that we did think about is to make sure that we're covered that way. So we have AAA, and we have a Garmin inReach that we always have with us. Other than that, it's brand new tires and a vehicle that runs really well. Paralleling this highway on the right-hand side is a dirt road, and they keep it brushed so they can check for footprints. That's what Border Patrol does. They kind of cruise it and look for footprints. You might be able to see it in the camera here on the right side. Down here, the drug runners tie pieces of shag carpeting to the bottom of their shoes so that they don't leave footprints or don't leave much of a footprint. And then when they get to a certain point, they take that off and discard it. So, you know, laying along the highway, Linda just spotted a pile of shag carpet strips back behind us here a little bit. But that's what that is. Well, for those of you that haven't been down here, the border wall just stretches for miles and miles and miles. And they're still building. They're back to building it again. We just got word that we're going to Texas. We're going to Wichita Falls, Texas to visit with Linda's sister. So that's the first time. We've been gone for like 6 weeks. That's the first time this trip has had any sort of direction. So we're going to Texas. So currently we're down in Columbus, New Mexico, and Wichita Falls, Texas is an easy 2-day drive. We don't know where we're going to camp tonight, though. We have no idea. We were going to camp there at the Pancho Villa State Park in Columbus, New Mexico, but oh man, they only had 4 sites that didn't have hookups because we don't need hookups. Those sites were, 2 of them were already taken. They were $25 a night. The toilets weren't working. The showers weren't working. We thought, well, at least they could have done was drop the price down. So we didn't stay. We had lunch there, and now we'll find someplace later this evening. Maybe the Cracker Barrel in El Paso. That's what I'm thinking. Well, the trip out to Texas went really well. Linda got to visit her sister and her nieces and nephews and one new member of the family, this little girl named Riley. It was so much fun to see her. Anyways, now we're back in New Mexico. Hey, are you lost?
No, I know perfectly well where I am at.
But do you know where you at is at?
Yes, but my is right here. White Sands, New Mexico.
Yeah, Linda and I just made it to White Sands, New Mexico, just to see what it's all about. It's all about a lot of white sand. This sand is weird, though. You'll notice Linda doesn't sink into the sand. You stay on top. The sand is really dense. And it's really fine, funny feeling stuff. It's not like the sand we're used to from Hawaii and everything. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's alkaline, because, you know, a salt content will make it real dense like this, but I don't know. Maybe you know. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Does it have salt in it? Is it alkaline? Well, since our last video, we actually traveled out to Wichita Falls, Texas, and we didn't do any videoing there at all. It was just to visit family. Linda's family lives there, some of them do, and we wanted to see them. And it got cold, man. It was down to 15 degrees one night, wet, rainy, windy. It feels good to be back down here in the desert areas again. We've been gone longer than we've ever been gone before, coming up on 2 months. We didn't intend to be gone that long, but Montana just won't let us go home yet. Too wet, too icy and cold. Yeah, walking here is really weird. Thought I'd have sand in my boots, but nope. White sandstone in the making. Another million years, it'll be as hard as rock. I think I'll stick around and see what that looks like.
Wow, I could stay here.
You like the sand, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's not a whole lot to do here. You can't camp here. You can hike here. And another thing is that recently, within the last couple of years, they found what I think is the oldest human footprint in North America here in White Sands. And I don't remember exactly how old it is, but you know how they say the Native Americans have been in North America for like 12,000 years? This is closer to twice that old, the footprints they found here, and they're presently researching those. Well, I'm here at White Sands. We're headed for Arizona. We've got a friend camping near Miami, Arizona. He says it's a beautiful place. We're going to go check into that.